What are you feeling hopeful about the future of the sort of, let's see, we had this year, we had WandaVision, Winter Soldier, and and Loki. So we're like, what's ahead? The sort of where they're basically like answering to the multiverse, right? Like this last scene of Loki, like they're cracking open the multiverse. Are you feeling hopeful for what's ahead?
Nah, it just makes my brain hurt. Like all of that multiverse stuff, and I think a lot of people are going to go down this same road. I think there's only so much you can ask people to wrap their heads around, and when you're getting into this crazy like quantum multiple reality stuff, that's getting to the point where people are just going to start to tune out anyway. But I mean, even that aside, like if you look at the more conventional movies that they have, you've got the Eternals. Nobody cares about that. You've got Shang-Chi. Nobody really cares about that. Probably Doctor Strange 2 will be all right because that's all about the multiverse stuff.
I like Doctor Strange. Like he's kind of hot to me. I don't know why.
I'll take your word for it.
He's mysterious, and I just feel like he would be really good at fingering. You know what I mean? Like he's good with his hands. He knows how to open things up. I don't know.
Yeah, he's got the skills. He's a surgeon as well. He's got very delicate hands.
Exactly, surgeon, good with his hands. Everything got fucked up. He came back.
I don't know what it was. I think I did go out drinking with my mates before I saw it, but I legit fell asleep in Doctor Strange for about 20 minutes of that movie, and it was a really weird trip when I woke up. Because you're groggy and you're not quite sure what's happening. And I woke up and it was like all this like cities getting folded in half and stuff. And I was like, oh shit, what the fuck am I woken up into?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a weird experience, that movie.
Popcorn in my lap. Right, and Black Widow, which I haven't seen yet. But yeah, we'll see what the next phase of Marvel brings.
What I've heard is it's really gonna embrace identity politics. Much like the comic books have. They've kept it at bay so far, but phase 4, which is what we're going into now, it's going to be all about that. And so it killed the comic book industry. Apparently it's going to do the same to the movies if it follows that trend. So yeah, I'm not particularly optimistic about where the MCU is going. I don't see anything particularly good coming out of it for phase 4. But hey, it was fun while it lasted.
Oh God. Oh. Let's play him out, dude. So sad. But sometimes you have to call a spade a spade. Do you think streaming services are bad for the film industry? It was great during the lockdowns. Some places are still in lockdowns, to have the Netflix, and there's tons now. But as studios try to be like, okay, yeah, come back to the movies, please. We're putting stuff out there. Is it almost like too little, too late? Are they too powerful? Is Disney too powerful? Like, look at what happened to Gina Carano. It's like Disney owns so many like areas now. Where is she gonna like work again? I don't know. I know Ben Shapiro picked her up for to work on the Daily Wire to do possibly content out of there.
Yeah, I think she was going to perhaps make a movie there, and that's not going to upset any apple carts really. They're just not big enough to make an impact. It might in time, but it's not going to be enough. I think there's a real problem with content overload right now because I don't even have that many streaming services considering how many there are. Like I've got Disney Plus, I've got Sky, which is just like satellite TV over here. I've got Netflix and I've got Amazon Prime Video. And so even amongst those things, there's hundreds and hundreds of shows and movies, like more than I could ever possibly watch. And I think you end up in that situation where it's like the choice paradox. Like the more options you have, the less faith you have in any of them, the less importance you apply to them. And so, you start watching a TV show and like 10 minutes into it, you're like, well, it's not completely gripping me. Cancel that and just move on to the next thing. You don't give anything a chance. And so, man, I just feel like sometimes there's just a bit too much. And they can't sustain it. They can't sustain this level of output. There's just not enough demand for all of it. Like, I think ultimately one streaming service will emerge supreme.
Hmm.
And I hate to think it's probably going to be Disney.
It's just going to amoeba or like sort of like swallow everything up.
Pretty much, yeah. I think Netflix, they're way down at the moment. Their revenue's taking a massive hit. And I don't know if part of it's because you're starting to come out of lockdown now, or I don't know if they're just deserting it for other streaming services. But yeah, this is where we're at, and it's a shame because in terms of just movies, I like to go to the cinema still. I like to go to movie theaters because it's just a different experience. I mean, you'll know yourself. Like, you're sitting at home watching a movie in your living room. You've got your phone, you've got your laptop. You're probably going to go through the kitchen at one point, or you have a delivery guy come with pizza or whatever. It's just endless distractions. You can't really focus on the film. Whereas, like, at least in the movies, you're kind of locked into just watching the movie and nothing else. And I kind of missed that.
Yeah, it's totally immersive. And yeah, it's kind of like if you put pressure on yourself not to check your phone, like while you're like, I paid for it. This is the experience. Like, don't check your phone. It's because I'll try, I'll make popcorn at home and then I'll light $15 on fire, and it's just not the same.